Hello everyone and welcome once again to another unboxing from iBasiac, which incidentally some of you still don't know this. What does iBasiac stand for? Well, iBasiac stands for it beats as it sweeps as it cleans, which was an old advertising slogan used by the Hoover Company to describe the cleaning action of their upright cleaners. So there we go. That's in case you didn't know. Some of you still didn't know what iBasiac stands for, and now you do know. Sadly, Hoover cleaners no longer use the iBasiac action. Right, the machine I'm about to unbox is completely unknown to me. Well, I do know what it is because I saw a picture of it and bought it on eBay on a whim. But I don't know anything about it. I've never seen one before. I bought it on eBay, but it's a Toshiba. It's a small vacuum cleaner. Right, without any further ado, I've got the box here. It's fairly light. I'm assuming that's what's in this box. I've ordered so much recently, I'm not sure, but hopefully it will be the Toshiba vacuum I'm expecting. Okay then, let's open the box. Right, let's see if this is what I'm expecting it to be. Seems fairly well packed anyway. Place in cooler on delivery. Well, I don't think that applies to this. Aha! It's like pass the parcel. Inside the outer box we have the original box. It's what I like to see when I'm buying from eBay. I like to have things in as good a condition as possible. Thanks for buying, it says. Well, thanks for sticking that on the box. I'm going to try and cut that off. I've already ripped it a bit. Thanks for buying, yeah. What's this say? Can't read it. Now, here we go. Toshiba. Pretty thin on the ground, Toshiba vacuum cleaners as far as I remember in the UK. I mean, I remember seeing a few Hitachis and Sanyos, but Toshiba, Oh, it's made in Japan. It's actually a made in Japan Toshiba. Looks a bit like a Hoover Porter Power, a little bit more deluxe Hoover Porter Power. Nothing to see on the box, but there's the model. VC, which I assume stands for vacuum cleaner. VC-410. It's 240 volts, 750 watts. Right. Let's try and cut into this tape. Now I'm expecting this to be fully operational. You see, it looks grubbier than it does on the pictures. It's fully operational as far as I'm aware. I'm hoping it just needs a bit of a clean up. How to pack. We've got instructions on how to pack. This should be everything we've got inside here. So there should be a shoulder strap, a hose, crevice tool, furniture brush, dusting brush, extension tubes, that's a cleaner, floor nozzle, adapter, blower attachment. So this can be used for blowing as well as sucking. Right, here's the hose. Again, it's grubby, but it'll clean up. It doesn't look damaged. It's quite flexible, in fact very, very flexible. Look at that, you can really flex that. It's very short. No suction control on the handle. It's very different, and that seems to be the release button to take it out of the cleaner. So that's the hose. Everything looks okay so far. Just gonna hot soapy water, although a technique that's better than using washing up liquid for most plastics is some biological washing powder. That's what I'll be doing with these items, soaking them in bio powder, giving them a wipe if needed, and then a thorough rinse and a dry. That will help clean it up nicely. So that's the, so I wasn't telling you what that was, that's the sort of upholstery nozzle. Here we have a dusting brush that's looking a bit worse for wear. That will improve with some hot water. Now what I do, I mean this is It's a labour of love when you're cleaning up a vacuum. But it's quite therapeutic. With a brush like this, a dusting brush, or say the brush on a hard floor nozzle, you'll often get bits of gunk here. How do you remove that? Well, I get a pin, or a needle actually, and then I just go along and just take the needle from the top to the bottom until all the gunk comes out, and you just pick it off the bottom. And it takes a while to do, but it's well worth doing. I'll do that before I actually wash this, get rid of as many or as much of this fluffy stuff out before I put this in the hot water. It's something I've done in the past. We're watching telly. Instead of knitting, I de-fluff nozzles. Right, this says on it, Toshiba. Can we see it? It's hard for me to tell. Toshiba full wide. Full wide. That's odd. You'd think it'd say full width, but it says full wide. So this, I'm assuming, is carpet and floor. Now this brush is fixed. Quite soft. So I'm assuming really that's dual purpose. I don't know if it comes off. I don't think it does. I don't think it's designed to come off. Reasonable condition. No idea of the age of this cleaner. It could be 70s. I don't think it's earlier than 70s. Two little wheels. And as I say, the brush at the back and the suction channel. There we go. So that's the main, I'm assuming, carpet and floor nozzle. Here's one of the extension tubes. No, it's got three. Three extension tubes. There we go. This, which I have a feeling is the blowing adapter. I think that must fit onto the exhaust somehow, and the hose, I expect. Oh yes, it does have instructions. That's good. I don't have to guess. Oh, that does fit. Perhaps that is for the blowing. So that's that. Oh, it's very light. It feels lighter than a Porta Power. Right, I'll put that down because I've got some other bits to look at. Ah, there's another piece. Perhaps that. It's like a hose end. I wonder if that fits into there. I'm not sure. Well, I'll soon find out when I look at the instruction book. Oh, and the last cleaning tool is the crevice. Oh, and it's actually branded. I didn't notice that, but it's actually, well, it's not branded as such. But can we see? There we go. It's got a little T. T for Toshiba. I assume. Is there a little T on the other things? Oh, yes, there is. I didn't see that. Look. Can you see? T for Toshiba on the dusting brush, but not on the upholstery nozzle by the looks of it. I think that's everything. Let's put that little vacuum to one side. And here we have the owner's manual. We'll see if there's any dates on this. It's always nice to get some dating on these things. Thank you for purchasing a Toshiba vacuum cleaner. The VC-410 will thoroughly and effectively clean all types of domestic floor coverings. Please read this manual carefully before using the vacuum cleaner to ensure you get the best performance from the machine. We suggest you keep this booklet. We suggest you keep this booklet in a safe place for future reference. Radio interference regulations. This apparatus has been produced to comply with BS 800 1983. Now I don't know if that means that's the year. Perhaps this is an 80s vacuum. It's got some sort of a filter. I wonder if it probably is bagless. It is, oh yes, I'm saying it's not complete, but the shoulder strap is on the machine, so it is complete. So it does actually show you using it. So it is like, you can use it as a shoulder vac. Where is it? Shoulder vac, handheld vac, or a cylinder type. I think it'd be quite big for using handheld, but anyway, that's what it says you can do. Telling you how to fit a plug, because of course plugs weren't fitted. It is bagless. Hopefully the filter is in place. Cleaning the filter. You can wash it with cold or lukewarm water, but not in a washing machine. Blower attachment. It's got wheels that can come off. Now, the blower and the wheels are for model VC-410 only, so there was a VC-400, a little bit more basic, so this is the more deluxe type. Right, well it's got, and this is surprising, it's got printed in Japan 84, so it's an 80s vacuum cleaner. Now if you know where you could buy this, have you ever seen one of these? I've never seen this in the Argos catalogue, which is obviously the Bible that people look at for the history of vacuums. We tend to look at old Argos catalogues and we can see when they were in the Argos book. A lot of people would have bought their vacuums from Argos, still do. Carry Clean, made in Japan. Now, yes, apart from a few scrapes here and there, it's superfluous, is that the word? Superfluous damage. There's no deep scratches, which is good. Any light scratching can be disguised using the correct things. Right, this is the carry strap. Seems to be more or less permanently on there. I thought it would have just come off. I can't see. Oh yes, you can get it. You could take it off, but it's fixed. It's very light, very very light. You can hold it up with one pinky. So there we go. It's got the on-off switch. Just the little rocker switch on the top. Now it is brown. It's brown and cream, not black and cream. The wheels are brown. It is a little bit reminiscent of the Porta Power Super that has wheels, but it's a lot slimmer. And it's got some nice Toshiba branding. It's all grubby, but all this will clean. This, to me, looks like your cord storage. I can't see any other reason for that there, and also that there. This does come off, apparently, the wheels. In fact, does that turn? That turns, look. That turns. You can take off the wheels, which would be better if we use it. If we use it as a handheld or a shoulder vac, we don't really want the wheels getting in the way. Yeah, that's good, isn't it? Yeah, it's just a little bit grubby. It's not filthy. So as long as the filter is intact and everything, and it works, of course. Still haven't plugged it in yet. Toshiba vacuum cleaner, yes, model VC-410, 240 volts, 50 hertz, 750 watts. Toshiba Corporation, made in Japan, double insulated. That's it. That's the exhaust. There's a diffuser. That doesn't come off. The only way into that diffuser is to take the unit apart. Oh, and it's actually like a star. Oh, it's a funny shape. It's not designed for the user to take apart. It's not regular screw heads in there. They're like a star shape. But they look a bit different to a regular star shape because they've got little things sticking out in the middle as well. Hopefully I won't need to try and open this. Right, here's a little button which I assume gets... Oh, how does that come off? Let's put it on the floor a minute. Oh, you can't see what I'm doing. Oh, there we go. There we are. So here's the motor unit. Yeah. Oh, that whiffs that does. Oh, that stinks in there. It's going to smell when I turn it on. Oh, a little bit sick. Right, here's some sort of a filter. Pretty clean. Oh, but I'm saying pretty clean, but that's the clean side, isn't it? Because the dirty side will be inside here. Still, not too bad. I'm going to put some detergent with this. Oh, it smells. That, I don't know if that's might perish. It might be okay. That might disintegrate when I wash it, even hand wash it. But I'm not bothered. Obviously I won't be able to get an original part. But on Amazon and other places you can buy this sort of foam filter. Now I've been looking for another cleaner. And in fact, where I found, you can buy these big bits of foam filters, black things, about this thickness. And you can just cut them to fit. It actually was in the pet supply section on the aquarium. They use it in aquariums to filter the water, and it's the sort of thing. But it's just a basic spongy filter. I think it'll be alright. Sometimes they do perish after many years, they just disintegrate. And then you've got some sort of a pleated thing. So it's bagless, long before Mr. Dyson came along. But of course it's not cyclonic. All that happens is the dirt just goes into the collection bin, but of course a lot of it will just stick to the filter. There is this mesh bit that helps to keep any larger debris away from the other filters. There's no sign that you can have bags for this. I haven't looked at the instructions properly. And here's the container again. This is going to be just soaked in hot soapy water, or even, you know, some detergent powder, clothes washing powder. Got a little flap to stop the dirt coming out. There we are. There's some date wheels in there. Let's see if I can have a look. There's a lot. Oh, it says 84, 8, 2 and 1. So was this made in August 1984, on the 21st of August 1984? I wonder. 84. So it's an 80s vac. Wow. Never ever seen one before, never seen one. But it's definitely an 80s vac, so it says 1984. Does look quite dated for an 80s vac. I associate 80s vacuum, well, the stereotypical for me anyway, 80s type vacuum. I'm thinking turbo power, Hoover turbo power, Hoover Sensortronics, anything with flashing lights, big boxy vacuums. That's it then. Oh, hang on, I haven't even turned the thing on. I thought I was going to say my goodbyes, and then I think, oh, I haven't turned the thing on. Let's pop the wheels back on. What's that? Hang on a minute. I have a feeling it's going to whiff. I really do think it's going to stink to high heaven. There we are, that's the wheels on. The two wheels and the swivel caster. So where do you, so that must be, yes. I'll show you this properly in the demo. So I will be doing a demo of this. That's it, that's the blower outlet that fits on the outside of the grill. Here's the plug. Seems properly fitted from, well, at least they've got the cord clamp fitted correctly. This is an old plug. Ooh, is it Legrand? Legrand, made in England. I'll keep that because it makes it nice and authentic. It's in good condition. It's not chipped, cracked. When you're buying vintage vacuums, it's important, even if you don't want to put a new plug on. If the plug is showing any sign of damage, it's always best to put a new plug on it. If you know how to put a new plug on. In one of my videos, I think the Hoover Dustette video, I've actually shown you how to put a plug on. Because a lot of people won't know how to do that these days, because of course everything comes with a plug fitted, and has done for quite some years. I think it was sometime in the 90s that they introduced that legislation. Let's just unravel it. But everything, it's, you know, apart from it's stinking to high heaven, it's yeah, I'm pretty pleased with the condition of that little vacuum. Pop the hose in. There we are. Pop all the tubes in. Like that. Pop the Toshiba full wide carpet floor nozzle onto the end. You'd think they'd have matched. It's odd to be grey. I'm assuming that's original. You'd think they'd make that brown, wouldn't you, to match the brown wheels and the brown container release button. But anyway, and I think the flex, I don't know if the flex is brown or black. It's a bit hard to tell. Okay, I'll just find a suitable plug socket and we'll see if this vacuum cleaner works. Whew. It's plugged in. Oh, I hate this part. I hate this part. I've just become so wary of turning on a vintage appliance, you know, because I've had a few, as you may remember, if you've watched my older videos, I've had a few that have blown up on me. Right, I'll do it from. I'll use this. Go on. Ooh, that doesn't sound too good, and the suction was practically non-existent. I don't know whether it's because I've not put this in properly and it's losing suction, or it could be the fact. Oh, crikey, that is ear piercing. It doesn't smell as bad as I thought it would. It could be the fact that this just needs a really good clean. I don't think actually taking the filter out will help, because it might stop the seal. It doesn't sound healthy. You know, I have no idea what this would have sounded like. Ooh. Don't like the sound of you. Might have to open you up and spray you with something. Yeah, it's a lot more powerful without that. So that obviously, even if the filter was clean, it would still reduce the suction. But I will clean the filter up and it will improve matters. So at least it's not an issue with the motor, although as you can hear, the motor doesn't sound very healthy. But anyway, there it is. It's a nice sort of unusual vacuum to have. Doesn't hold any sort of sentimental value for me, this one, because of course it's not one I've ever seen before. It's not one I remember from my youth or my childhood and think, oh, I'd like to have one of those to play with again. It was a complete oddity. Some of the vacuums I buy are because they are unusual. And it's nice to experience different models that I didn't experience when they were available in the shops. But I don't suppose that this was widely available. I knew all the Hoover models, you know, from the 70s up to the present day, and I was very familiar with all those. But some cleaners has passed me by. But anyway, I'll clean that up. I'll see about getting it open. At least squirting it with something inside. It just sounds a little bit dry, or it's a bit of a harsh noise. But it's a nice little unit, isn't it? Something different. Okay, what I'll do now, actually, might as well strike while the iron's hot. Fill my sink with some biological washing powder, hot water, and soak all these cleaning tools in it and this part, and then give everything else a bit of a wipe and a polish. You'll see this again. I'll be doing a quick demo of it, I expect. I'm not sure when you'll see it, but you'll see it. You'll see it again at some point. One day, when I've got time and when I've got the space, I may be able to do a video with all the vacuum cleaners, but that's not going to happen for a while. Certainly not where I'm living at the moment, because they're stored all over the place, not just in this house. So there we go. That's the Toshiba Carry Clean, made in Japan, 1980s vacuum cleaner. So if you like this video, please subscribe and you'll be updated every time I upload a new floor care video. Of course, check my back catalogue, well over 500 videos now, different vacuum cleaners, carpet washers, floor washers, all sorts of things if you're interested in vacuum cleaners. And check out my Facebook page as well for exclusive content, behind the scenes content. Please thumb me up, and of course please comment if you've got any questions about this. I'll try my best to answer them. So until the next time, thanks for watching, and I'll see you very soon.